Hello everyone! Welcome to a personalized episode of Enlighten Me. Today we delve into the shift from RNNs and LSTMs to transformers in NLP, explore the essence of entrepreneurial thinking beyond conventional education, and uncover insights from a global survey on innovation practices by leading companies. Join us as we navigate these compelling topics, designed with your interests in mind. What sparked the paradigm shift from recurrent neural networks, RNNs, and long short-term memory, LSTM networks, to transformers in the field of natural language processing, NLP, and sequence modeling? This question takes us on an exploratory journey into the evolution of machine learning models that have fundamentally changed how computers understand and generate human language. Recurrent neural networks, or RNNs, were once the cornerstone of sequence modeling. They are designed to handle sequential data, such as sentences, by processing one input at a time and retaining information from previous inputs through a hidden state. This mechanism allowed RNNs to capture short-term dependencies in sequences. However, RNNs encountered a significant challenge: the vanishing gradient problem. This issue meant that the influence of earlier inputs diminished exponentially as the sequence progressed, making it difficult for RNNs to capture long-term dependencies in data. To address this limitation, long short-term memory networks, or LSTMs, were introduced. LSTMs are a special kind of RNN that use memory cells and gates to selectively store and retrieve information over long sequences. This architecture made LSTMs more effective for tasks that required understanding long-term dependencies, such as machine translation and text summarization. Despite the advancements brought by LSTMs, the field of NLP and sequence modeling witnessed another revolutionary change with the introduction of the transformer architecture in 2017. Unlike RNNs and LSTMs, transformers do not operate sequentially. Instead, they process data in parallel using a mechanism called self-attention. This approach allows transformers to weigh the importance of different input tokens when making predictions, enabling them to capture long-range dependencies efficiently without the need for sequential processing. The transformer architecture has led to the development of groundbreaking models such as BERT, bidirectional encoder representations from transformers, and GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer. These models have set new benchmarks in a wide range of NLP tasks by leveraging large-scale pre-training and transfer learning. The success of transformers can be attributed to their parallel processing capability, which not only captures long-range dependencies more effectively, but also improves hardware utilization, making training faster and more efficient. Comparing RNNs and transformers reveals several key differences. Firstly, the architecture of RNNs is sequential, relying on an internal hidden state that is updated at each step. This sequential processing makes RNNs suitable for modeling temporal dependencies, but limits their ability to handle long sequences due to the risk of vanishing or exploding gradients. On the other hand, transformers are non-sequential models that rely on self-attention mechanisms, enabling them to handle both short and long sequences efficiently. Secondly, the size of the model and training efficiency vary significantly between RNNs and transformers. RNNs have a more compact structure, but their sequential nature makes parallelization challenging, resulting in slower training times. In contrast, transformers have a larger number of parameters due to their parallelizable design, which allows for faster training and the use of larger batch sizes. Lastly, the interpretability of these models differs. RNNs have a clear temporal flow, making it easier to understand how information flows through the sequence. Transformers, while potentially more challenging to interpret, offer techniques like attention visualization to provide insights into the model's focus. In conclusion, while RNNs and LSTMs were pivotal in advancing NLP and sequence modeling, the introduction of transformers has led to a paradigm shift, offering a more efficient and effective approach to handling sequential tasks. The choice between RNN, LSTM, and transformer models depends on the specific requirements of the task at hand. balancing efficiency, accuracy, and interpretability. As we continue to push the boundaries of what machines can understand and generate in terms of human language, the evolution from RNNs to transformers will be remembered as a significant milestone in the field of AI. Now let's move from discussing the technical advancements in natural language processing to exploring how entrepreneurial thinking can disrupt traditional education and inspire innovation. What if I told you that the most innovative and successful ideas often come from thinking that is counterintuitive, challenging the very assumptions and accepted wisdom we've been taught to embrace? How do we foster this entrepreneurial mindset that continually questions, innovates, and solves problems in a world that seems to prioritize conformity and memorization over creativity and critical thinking? This is the crux of our discussion today, where we delve into the importance of nurturing entrepreneurial thinking for both children and adults alike. At the heart of entrepreneurial thinking is a sense of curiosity and a willingness to explore the unknown. Traditional education systems, with their focus on rote learning and standardized testing, often stifle this natural curiosity. Students are rewarded for regurgitating information rather than questioning it or thinking creatively. This raises a critical question. How can we cultivate an environment that nurtures rather than suppresses the entrepreneurial spirit? Consider the story of a child whose curiosity was allowed to flourish. This child wasn't confined to a rigid learning structure. Instead, they were encouraged to explore a variety of interests, be it video games, gymnastics, or joining debating competitions. This unstructured exploration is the essence of what education should be about: fun, tailored to individual interests, and most importantly, conducive to developing independent thinking. Unfortunately, the reality for most students is quite different. The educational system tends to funnel students into narrow academic disciplines, limiting their perspectives and stifling innovation. It's a system that produces experts who are often so specialized that they're unable to see beyond the confines of their own fields. Yet history shows us that real innovation comes from the intersection of diverse domains of knowledge. The technical advances in computers, for example, relied not just on the expertise of electrical engineers, but also on the theoretical insights of mathematicians. The importance of a broad foundation of knowledge cannot be overstated. Pioneering thinkers like Charles Darwin and Leonardo da Vinci excelled because they were able to make connections across disciplines. This broad foundation allowed them to build new conceptual frameworks, leading to groundbreaking innovations. It's a powerful reminder that expertise in a single domain often blinds individuals to unconventional possibilities, while a more generalized knowledge base fosters creativity and innovation. This brings us to the value of liberal arts education, which seems more relevant today than ever before. Unlike specialized education, liberal arts expose students to a variety of thinking modes and areas of study, fostering a flexibility of mind that is essential for innovation. It's interesting to note that some of the most successful companies were founded not by software engineers, but by individuals with liberal arts backgrounds. Their diverse experiences allowed them to envision possibilities that went beyond the technical limitations of programming. So, how do we reclaim this entrepreneurial thinking in our own lives? It starts with giving ourselves permission to wonder and wander, to engage in unplanned activities that spark creativity. From taking random walks to indulging in unstructured conversations, these idle moments are crucial for challenging unconscious assumptions and fostering breakthrough ideas. It's about balancing disciplined work with freewheeling exploration, nurturing a beginner's mind while applying expertise. In conclusion, the path to innovation and success isn't linear. It's a meandering journey that requires a balance between focused effort and the freedom to explore. By embracing our intrinsic interests, taking risks unconstrained by preconceived outcomes, and allowing our minds to wander down unconventional paths, we can unlock the entrepreneurial thinking that leads to true innovation. It's a lesson not just for childhood, but for life. Seeing the world afresh every day is the key to creating something truly remarkable. With that understanding of entrepreneurial thinking, let's explore how the PDMA's global survey sheds light on the practices setting the most innovative companies apart. What sets the most innovative companies apart from the rest? This is the question we dive into today, inspired by the latest findings of the Product Development and Management Association, PDMA's 2021 Global Survey. With responses from 651 companies across 37 countries, this survey offers unparalleled insights into the practices that drive innovation. Let's begin with an intriguing perspective shared by Max von Zetwitz, a professor at the School of Economics and Business, Kaunas University of Technology, Lithuania, and one of the co-authors of the study. He likens the process of innovation to the act of learning and observing. He argues that ceasing to innovate is akin to aging, a process that, if not managed well, leads to obsolescence. The PDMA survey, now in its 5th edition, is the most global yet, with a significant focus on European and UK companies. It aims to identify what makes a company the best in terms of innovation. According to the criteria established back in 1997, the best companies are those that not only hit their financial and product development targets, but are also competitive and meet or exceed their own expectations. One of the key takeaways from the survey is the emphasis on evolving new product development capabilities. This is crucial for companies wishing to remain competitive as circumstances and environments change. Interestingly, the survey, conducted during the pandemic, revealed that the best companies continued to invest in new product development, unlike their counterparts who adopted a more defensive stance. So what differentiates the best from the rest? The survey findings indicate that there isn't a single practice that sets them apart. Instead, it's their ability to manage various aspects well simultaneously. Notably, the best companies develop new products significantly faster than others. This isn't merely a skill, but a result of effective management of diverse practices. A closer look at the practices employed by the best companies reveals a focus on radical versus incremental innovation. Companies that dedicate a significant portion of their projects to radical innovations tend to be among the best. Moreover, these companies are more inclined to enter new markets, apply new technologies, take more risks, and adopt long-term strategies. Now, let's understand the distinction between radical and incremental innovation with some examples. Incremental innovation involves minor improvements from the customer's point of view, like moving from one smartphone model to the next. In contrast, radical innovation represents a fundamental change in how a product interacts with its customers. For instance, the transition from traditional cell phones to smartphones, or the introduction of a groundbreaking medical therapy. In a free market, the drive to innovate stems from a desire to remain competitive. Companies must adapt to constant changes to avoid becoming complacent. An example of this adaptability is how companies have responded to climate change and the COVID-19 pandemic, showcasing their ability to react quickly to urgent changes. In conclusion, innovation is not just about coming up with new ideas. It's about how these ideas are managed and implemented. The best companies understand that innovation requires a multifaceted approach, including a focus on radical innovation, risk-taking, and long-term strategies. As the world continues to evolve, so must the strategies companies employ to stay ahead in the game of innovation. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Innovation Pulse. If you enjoyed our insights and are eager to learn more, the EnlightMe app is just a tap away. Expand your knowledge with personalized content on over 20 diverse topics, from crypto to health and beyond, all curated to fit your interests. Download the EnlightMe app now at the Apple Store or Google Play, or visit the enlightme.ai website. Stay curious, stay enlightened.